Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Noche de paz, noche de amor, todo duerme en derredor, entre los astros que esparcen su luz, bella anunciando al niño Jesús. Brilla la estrella de paz, brilla la estrella de paz. Oh, silent night, oh, Christmas light, es una noche de paz, una noche de amor. It's Christmas night. Silent night, oh, Christmas light, all is calm, all is bright, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Brilla la estrella de paz, estrella de paz y de amor. Sleep in heavenly peace. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Hello everyone, welcome. I am Giada Valenti here in Venice, Italy. Yes, not Las Vegas. I've been doing this, the Giada life, I know many of you knows, for a year and a half, and every time I was there in Las Vegas where I reside most of the time. But now I'm here back in Italy, in Venice, Italy, where I was born and raised. So it's 9 p.m. here, sono le ore 21 qui in Italia, which is gonna make noon for you guys watching from the United States, Las Vegas, and of course it's gonna be 3 p.m. for all the other people watching from the East Coast, all my friends from New York and New Jersey. And of course, I want to welcome everybody from my circle of love in American Sign Language. And I also want to especially welcome all the people that are watching for the first time or third time or fourth time from wherever, not that long like my circle of love, to the friends from the page of Italian Living, watching from the page of Italian Living, which I want to thank Richard Micheli, the founder of Italian Living, for allowing me to broadcast the Giada Live every Wednesday, also on his page. So thank you and welcome each and every one of you. I know almost everybody of the big circle of love that has been following me for a year and a half, but of course I don't know all the new people. So new people, where are you from and what time is wherever place you are from the world? Is JJ anybody from a strange place of the world that is mentioned to be mentioned? Because I mean, we had sometimes people from places I don't even know where they are. Like they write even with different letters. So South America, Australia, we got it all the time. So for the one of you watching for the first time, my name is Giada Valenti, as you heard, and I'm a singer and songwriter. From Venice, Italy. I've been doing this Giada Live when COVID started after my last concert in Las Vegas just before the pandemic, and I was missing everybody, so I went in front of my phone for a quick allow, and before I knew, I started the Giada Live, and I went on for 100 days straight every day. Every day I was there keeping company to myself and all of you, and I was singing, I was cooking, I was making cocktails, and I was interviewing some of my amazing friends from the entertainment world. And I was doing, and I still do every Sunday, something called the Love Song Sunday on my Patreon page. Actually, I was doing that even before the pandemic started, and now I go on twice a week, every Wednesday with the Giada Live, and on Sunday I still do the Patreon Love Song Sunday. So if you want, you can join me in all those platforms. And now JJ is showing pictures. You know, I'm rebuilding my studios that I have in Las Vegas, here in Venice, Italy. If you saw last week, there was nothing on the wall. My uncle Giovanni came here, il mio zio Giovanni è venuto qui, and he put some paintings, of course, some of my favorite paintings, one with Andrea and one from my PBS special, and some other decorations. So we are building the studio once again. So I have my lights, I still don't have the monitors in front of me, so I have no idea what you guys are writing, but please leave your comments over there. JJ is reading them now, and if something happened, I will ask him actually in a second if it's something worth being mentioned. And later I'm gonna be reading all the comments and answer to all of you. I was just saying, during COVID, beside doing the Giada Live, I also educated myself and all of you to American Sign Language. A friend of mine, Diane Fiorentino, who lives in Las Vegas, when COVID started, she made me aware of the difficulty of deaf people during COVID, because we were all wearing masks and they were not able to read our lips. So I said, and they didn't have entertainment during COVID. Beside the television, everything that was happening on social media was not for them, because there were no closed captioning, there were no signs. So I said, I want to do that. So I started to educate myself to American Sign Language, and now I'm able actually to sing and sign some of my songs, which is very I'm very grateful to Diane Fiorentino. I know she's watching with Sal from Las Vegas. So thank you, Diane. I really love the fact that you help me, you teach me how to sign. So we have also some supporters here on the Giada Live that actually can make some beautiful gift ideas for all of you that are looking maybe for a special present for somebody that you love. One of them, of course, is one of my favorite since I was a child, pastry company called Matilde Vicenzi. And they are based actually here in Verona, and I will go to them also in the next couple of weeks to pick up more cookies. I'm sure JJ is showing you the tin full with pastries that you can buy. And look at that. Of course, I am in Italy, and I have one here. Actually, JJ, are you back at me? They make this beautiful tin. Look how big they are. They are big, and they are filled with delicious pastry. They are a different variety depending on the tin. There are still cookies inside. They smell delicious with tea, coffee, or without anything. So I wish I had some commercial during the show. You know what I would be doing during the commercial? Eating the cookies. And by the way, these tins are very beautiful. I have the one of Rome, but I think the latest one is the one with Sicily. So you can go on Amazon.com and you can find also the one of Verona, the one from Venice. I have them all, and it's a beautiful item for a collection, of course, because the cookies will be gone in no time, but the tin, you can keep them. And another supporter of the Giada Live here is, of course, Mozzafiato. I know the one of you watching, they know everything about Mozzafiato, because we have already, once a month, we have also the founder and CEO of the company, Amy Parson, appearing, the beautiful Amy. And every time she shares with us which kind of treasure she's importing in the United States. And they all remember beautiful, the finest actually, Italian beauty fragrance and gift for men, women, and home. And you know, I really love them. And she appears once a month from Denver, Colorado. If you want to find all this stuff that I love, and maybe you're going to love too, you can go on Giada.store. I'm sure JJ is showing all the cards. And another present as a stocking stuffer. This is a funny word for me to say, stocking stuffer. Can be tickets for my recent concert that we did in Las Vegas from the Smith Center. We did an hybrid kind of concert. So we went, we were live there with musicians and audience, and we also went live on live streaming. And if you haven't seen it, you can still buy a ticket and give it to somebody you love. You go on giadavalenti.live and you can buy your tickets. You make pasta, wine, popcorns, wherever you want, chocolate, pastries, and you can watch or give to somebody you love a ticket for the live streaming, and you can watch it. Actually, they are available until the end of the year. Good news for me and for all the ones out there already looking forward to spring and summer season. Yesterday, December the 21st, we had, was the one that we had, was one of the twice a year solstice. This corresponds to one of the 2 days in the year where the days is either longest or shortest. And yes, yesterday was for us here in the Northern Hemisphere was the shortest day. Yes, and for all of you from watching from the Southern Hemisphere, yesterday was the longest there. Yes, so all the friends from Australia, Chile, and South America, they are in the middle of summer over there. Ashumi Gray there, you know, I've been telling that all the time. Buona notizia per tutti coloro che ci stanno già, che come me stanno già aspettando la primavera e l'estate. Ieri c'è stato il solstizio invernale. Il solstizio corrisponde a uno dei 2 giorni dell'anno in cui il giorno è o il più lungo o il più corto. E ieri è stato per noi nell'emisfero settentrionale il giorno più corto. Sì, è il giorno più lungo per tutti gli amici che ci guardano dal resto dell'emisfero australe, gli amici dell'Australia, del Cile e del Sud America. I know many people are watching that I watch also speak Italian. They've been saying to me, you have to translate some of the stuff in Italian. So here today we go. Etymology, etymologia of the word solstice. You know, I learned Latin at school, so comes from the Latin word solstitium. E la parola solstizio deriva dal latino solstitium che ho studiato a scuola, where, dove, sol means sun, sole, and sisto means, significa stand still, in italiano fermarsi. The summer solstice, if you are wondering, will take place on June 21st. Il solstizio estivo sarà il 21 di giugno, so i giorni stanno diventando più lunghi. The days are getting longer for me, and that makes me happy. Another thing that makes me happy that in 2 days from now is gonna be Christmas, 2 giorni e sarà Natale, and it's gonna be my first at home with my mom and dad in 10 years, since I was always busy with concert in the United States. So one thing about COVID that is good, we all find more time to spend with family and friends, and you know me, I always try to see the glass half full. So ho appena detto che questo sarà il mio primo Natale a casa con la mia famiglia in 10 anni, visto che ero sempre alle prese con i concerti in giro per il mondo, e il Covid ha portato tante cose negative, ma ha anche portato qualcosa di positivo. Abbiamo tutti più tempo da spendere con la nostra famiglia e con i nostri amici. Cerco sempre di vedere il bicchiere mezzo pieno. And dinner and lunch and everything that is coming up is already planned with my mom. We already also did our food shopping, so abbiamo già deciso il menù con mamma e fatta la spesa. We're gonna have Christmas night, vigilia di Natale con il pesce with some fishes, not 7 fishes, we talked about it last week. Of course, then we're gonna have Christmas Day, il giorno di Natale, where we're gonna have dishes with meat and pasta e carne per Natale. And in Italy, but in also many other nations that are historic Catholic, Anglican or Lutherans, we also celebrate Feast of Saint Stephen, La Festa di Santo Stefano. And what do we do on that day? We eat once more, again, but this time with even more extended family. So not only mom and dad and brothers and sisters, but I'm going to have, for instance, my Aunt Louisa with me. And in Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, and the United Kingdom, I know you guys are watching, is going to be the same day, the 26th, Boxing Day, a holiday that was originally made to give some gift to the poor, and today Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping day holiday. So guys, let me know what you're cooking for Christmas and share all there with me, and I will do the same. I will share everything with you. So other good news before I introduce you my super guest. I'm so excited today with me. COVID ICL I've learned, but I also made an album with the Royal Philharmonic, and the song that you heard in the beginning that JJ played for me is Silent Night. I'm very happy and grateful to say that he's on the radio in 18 countries, so hopefully in one of yours, the one of you are listening. And also last week, I premiered for you the video clip. Remember, I showed you the video clip I made in Las Vegas with Sally and Diane, and the clip has close to 23,000 views. So thank you guys for watching the clip. Today, instead of flying virtually to Italy, I am already in Italy, so we fly to the United States to meet a very special guest of mine, a dear friend and super mega talented, and yes, he is also Italian. Oggi abbiamo un ospite speciale, un caro e bravissimo amico, che anche lui è di origine italiana. Oggi avremo con noi Anthony Nunziata, and the Broadway magazine says that Mr. Nunziata as the voice of a world-class pop singer. It's like somebody took James Ingram and Celine Dion, and this man, Anthony Nunziata, was born. So il giornale Broadway World, famosissimo in America, lo definisce come la voce di un cantante di pop di livello mondiale, ed è come se qualcuno avesse preso James Ingram and Celine Dion e fosse nato quest'uomo. Wow! So this is very nice. So let me play a little clip where you can hear his beautiful voice and see how handsome it is before we are gonna introduce, I'm gonna introduce to all of you, and you can meet Anthony Nunziata. Listen and look at this beautiful video.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday there'll be a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to learn, time to care, someday, somewhere. We'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving. Somewhere there's a place for us, a time and a place for us. Hold my hand, we're halfway there. Hold my hand, yes, I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
Whoa! This is the sign for applause. That's really, I'm so excited to have him there. I love him to pieces. He's appearing from Nashville, Tennessee, Country City. You know I love it, and I love him. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Anthony Nunziata. Anthony, are you there?
Yes, hello, hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
It's my pleasure. I've been waiting for the longest time for you. So you are in Nashville right now, right?
Yes, yes. I just got home yesterday from some Christmas touring, and yeah, it's good to be back home. Yeah.
So I mean, where were you born and raised, actually, Anthony? I think I know, but
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn. I spent a little time there, and well, specifically, I was born in Brooklyn, but the hospital was in Staten Island, New York, St. Vincent's Hospital, and then was raised the rest of my young life in Pelham Manor, New York, which
okay.
is just north of New York City in Westchester County.
It's I mean, let's take the tooth right away, because I know many people watching, they love, of course, everything and anything Italian. So Antonio Nunziata, you are Italian, of course. I mean, what is your heritage? Do you know where your grandparents who came here from Italy? Your grandparents or who?
Yes, so my name, Anthony Joseph Nunziata, is of course full-blown Italian. My dad is 100% Italian. My mom is German and Irish. Though everyone thinks my mom is Italian, she's just a New Yorker who knows how to cook really good Italian food. But my dad's family, so my great-grandparents came over to Ellis Island in 1911 from Naples, Italy. And they come from a small town, Torre Annunziata.
Si.
So that is where my family is from. So 1911, my great-grandparents came over. My grandparents were born in America, and so began the Nunziata family heritage here in the United States.
So my question to you, Anthony, do you feel more American, or do you feel more Italian, or do you feel Italian at all? That's the question, maybe.
I mean, I am definitely proud of my Italian-American heritage. I love, still my favorite place that I've ever visited is along the Amalfi Coast. I certainly, that's so close to Naples. I definitely feel the spirit of my ancestors when I'm there. Look, growing up, I was very blessed to have an Italian grandmother, my dad's mom, who would sing classic Neapolitan songs to me as a kid. And that definitely instilled in me a sense of pride in my heritage, and also, I think, sort of jump-started my love of singing and eventually training classically to sing Italian songs.
Would you say so that is your grandmother that has inspired you to become an artist?
She definitely had an impact. I mean, between my dad's mom, my grandma, my dad, who's a great singer, very creative person, he sang to me all the classic, all the great singers like Frank Sinatra, Billy Joel, Tony Bennett, So music was always in my house, and so my entire family, including my mom and her side of the family, always encouraged singing, always encouraged me to find my voice, and in that happened, creating.
So you are breaking up, so sorry, I couldn't hear the last. Can you repeat the last part, Anthony?
Oh, sure. My entire family has definitely had a huge impact on my life and me being a singer and a creator of music.
Who else in your family is an artist, or is is like you, either a singer, a dancer, wherever, who else?
Well, my mom's dad, Bill Wendell, was a pretty well-known announcer in the 1950s and 60s for NBC. He was David Letterman's announcer for over 20 years. And so that showbiz bug was instilled in me very young when I was doing, the local musicals or chorus concerts. He would always come up to me and my brother and just always encourage us to keep on pursuing our love of the arts.
How beautiful. You mentioned your brother. I have to say to everybody, so you are a twin, which in sign language, this is a sign for twin, Anthony. So you are a twin together with Will. And
Yes.
For years when I was living in New York, of course, I met you and Will, and every time I didn't know who was who. Now I know because I see you separately. So I think JJ is showing a picture of you and Will. So you also sang a lot together, right, through the years?
Yeah, definitely singing with Will definitely jump-started my career as an artist and a concert artist. And now Will is a very well-known director for the stage and the screen, for potential Broadway shows. And yeah, there's more room on stage now with just me being a solo performer. But any opportunity that I do get to have Will join me as a special guest it really is a pleasure. I mean, look, he's my brother, and we're so supportive of one another, and he's definitely growing up. He instilled in me a confidence that I didn't have. A little bit more of a shyer of the two, and so I'm grateful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Jay just showed a picture, but people can find on all your social media some funny pictures with you and Will. Of course, you have a lot
Oh
of.
my goodness.
Yeah, you have a lot of fun together, you two. I mean, I saw you together. You said you love him, and I know you guys are amazing together. Who is older, you and Will?
Technically, I'm older. I mean, it was a quick. Not to get too specific, but I might as well since I know you well. It was, it was a cesarean. My mom would be okay explaining that. So it was like a 1, 2, and I was 1, and Will was 2. So technically, I'm older. Maybe too much information for your audience, but that's the truth.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you guys popped out the normal way, but this is even more interesting. So you're number one, and the other one is, and Will is number 2. Anyway, you guys are amazing. I mean, for this is very funny. So who would I mean? You and Will, I mean, twins. I mean, I have friends that are twins, and I'm always. How do you say? I really love them. I see they are very close to each other. Do you have something that everybody said that you can feel? I mean, is Will now laughing like you are doing? I mean, if Will is sad, would you feel it?
That's a good question. I do get that question a lot. I think what Will and I do share is an intuition that I think anybody who's close with one another share. Whether it's really close siblings or even like married couples or people who've been together for a long time. I can feel what he's feeling when I'm in the room with him, and he can just give me a glance or a look, and I know what he's going through. But in terms of what he's doing right now in New York, I mean, I hope he's well. I hope he's doing okay. I wish him well. But I wish I could tell you what he's doing because, man, that would be
magical. Anthony, I saw you perform with Will, and you are both. When Will, of course, was just touring with you full time, say before he decided to go the direction of producing the Broadway show. So you guys are amazing together, and I mean, you do all the show together. Could you say that you both were inspired by the same artist? So which one is you would say if you have to say 2 artists that you can model to, are the same that Will would say have? I don't know, Frank Sinatra, and who else is there?
Right. Similar. I think Will's were Sammy Davis Jr. and Judy Garland.
Wow.
For sure. And for me, I mean, there's just so many. I mean, as entertainers, I would definitely say Sammy Davis Jr. For me. But goodness, I mean, there's so many great ones. I mean, I love Luciano Pavarotti and to Frank Sinatra, to Tony Bennett, to even today, Adele, Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
People who truly are not afraid to be vulnerable on stage and to share their voice, to share their story, and to be real with audiences. Because at the end of the day, Giada, what we do is all about connection. And
Yes.
we have the privilege in that, I guess that gift to make people feel at ease, and for those 90 minutes to make them feel at home.
It's true. It's true. It's funny you say so. Yeah, many people, because just like me, you also sing a lot of songs from artists that, let's say, are not with us anymore, and we love, let's say, artists that have already passed away. And sometimes I'm sure they tell you also that the talent nowadays is not as good as it was in the past. It's different, but there are many artists that are very talented. I mean, they may not be like Frank Sinatra in the genre of music they perform, but they still are super talented. You mentioned Adele, you mentioned Lady Gaga, but they are Billie Eilish. I love Billie and her brother. They keep producing good songs. So I'm always tell everybody their talent is still there. When people is inspired by from the heart of the music that they write, which brings me to the next question. You are an amazing songwriter. I mean, I admire songwriters because we love the music of the past, but we need to create something for the future. So when did you start to write your own songs and music, Anthony?
Well, thank you, Giada. Yeah, my dad was always encouraging me and my brother to make up these like silly little songs when we were kids. Like we would do little things like pass the International House of Pancakes, you know, IHOP,
Yeah?
and he would start singing, I hop, you hop, we all hop to the International House of Pancakes. I mean, he's also a brilliant advertiser and writer and wrote jingles. So it started way back then, and then I would say about 7, 8 years ago, I dove headfirst into the real craft of songwriting and I mean, I've been blessed that from the very start of my sort of songwriting professionally, I've teamed up with people who have been very successful at what they do, and from there has helped I've been able to sort of find my own voice in that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little clip of something that I really love. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Jim Brigman, of course, Valentine that he wrote and for Martina McBride. It's one of my favorite songs. And Victoria's show for The River for Garth Brooks. And you wrote a beautiful song with them, I think a couple of years back, right? The Greatest Wish. And I want to play for everybody a little clip, I think, from you. And then you tell me where you were when you performed this song and how did you came about to write this song with Jim and Victoria. So let me play this little clip, Anthony.
Christmas time makes me sentimental. Feels old-fashioned, yet it feels brand new. And every time it rolls around, the streets are filled with joyful sounds, and my heart is full of so many wishes too. What I wish for at Christmas, for the world, not just for me, is the peace that comes from deep inside, where you're safe and loved and free. And though I might be a dreamer, I am also living proof that miracles can happen, because with you the greatest wish came true.
Such a beautiful song. Of course, people can go on your YouTube and on the social media. I'm gonna give them all the way to find you back. So, I mean, how old is this song? You wrote it with Jim and Victoria. How did you came about to write this collaboration? How did it came about?
Yeah, so about 2 summers ago, we were all in New York City at the same time. Victoria, I had met before, and she said, "Jim's in town. Would you like to write?" And I said, "Absolutely." And I came into the room thinking that if I knew we were going to write a Christmas song, and I was thinking, well, let's think about a song where we can think about the wishes that we make for not just ourselves but for the world, and at the same time think about, okay, so there's wishes that we have for the world, and then what is the most personal wish that one can have? And we can all sort of decipher what that means to each of us, but I wanted, and we all decided that at the end of the song, the hook is that after talking about a world, that the greatest wish is you. So whether that's a person, a loved one, a God, whoever that or whatever that may be, yeah. And so far, I'm excited. It's the first song that I've had charted on the the radio charts, and
Yeah.
so very grateful for that collaboration in the song.
It's a beautiful song, Will. And which occasion was the one that we just saw that you were performing? Where was that?
Yeah, that was in New York City at a beautiful, beautiful studio called Open Jar Studios. They rehearse actually all the Broadway shows, and during the pandemic, about a year ago, I went in and recorded an entire concert.
Oh, wow.
And Jeff Whiting and his entire team there, amazing, made that this beautiful, beautiful dance room and turned it into a theater.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's very beautiful. You know, I'm a huge fan of your music. And so
Thank you.
Christmas, tell me. Oh, thank you. I thought you said something. Sorry. I can't see you. Normally I can see my guests, and I know we have, now I'm looking at the phone, Anthony. Can you believe it? So, and I don't see your beautiful smile and face.
Well, we're all blessed to see you, Giada.
I will watch later so I can get to see. I don't even know what you're wearing. What are you wearing?
I'm very relaxed, actually, and maybe my mom's gonna say something. I'm just wearing a very comfortable light gray fitted shirt. I'm feeling relaxed with you, Giada.
Good. I tell you a secret. I'm wearing a
me.
dress, and underneath I'm wearing sweatpants because it's cold.
I have my sweatpants on too, so we'll.
Secret. Nobody should know. And I have
no
very
one's gonna know.
winter socks. Moms, my mom is in the other room. She will be like, "What kind of outfit is that?" It's not an outfit. It's just like from the waist up.
Giada, my mom isn't Italian, but she sure knows how to put you in your place, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have good moms, good moms. So,
Yes.
Christmas is special for you. I know we have been talking, me and you, because I mean we both love Christmas. We want to do something together for the Christmas theme and songs and stuff. So you have just also released a new a full Christmas album with original songs, right? I'm sure JJ is showing the pictures, the covers with the beautiful face and your beautiful smile. So when did you came up with the idea? Because everybody make Christmas album with, the Christmas classic. You did all new original. How did you got this idea? And can you share more about this whole project?
Absolutely, yeah. So I was living in New York City at the beginning of the pandemic, and at that time, once that started, I dove into songwriting, and I wanted to think about songs that would make me happy, and Christmas songs make me happy. So started writing. Then a year later, I had moved to Nashville.
Wow.
Continued to write Christmas songs, and before I knew it, we had an album's worth of songs, and we pared it down to 10 songs. And yeah, my hope is always to create songs that hopefully have both a timely and a timeless sense to them. And there's a good mix of fun pop songs to classic sounding to definitely a country feel to some. So, yeah.
I was one of the lucky one that you sent me, I think, 3, 4, 5 months after the parade, the Columbus Day parade. That's the last time we saw each other in October. And you sent me soon after the link with the album. So I was very lucky to listen to all the songs. And I remember I told you, I love them all. You were asking, which one is your favorite? Well, I said, hard to say it because they're all nice. Do you have one that is in the album that is very, very personal to you, that you're like, oh gosh, I really love that one? And with who did you write a song? I know.
Well,
that's tough, right?
they're all my babies. But when I'm performing, I get to perform a lot. I got to perform quite a few of them live this year. And it's interesting. People have their own
Yeah.
connection to them. I would say The Greatest Wish, for sure. I mean, that's been in my bones for now I guess a year and a half or so, but
Yeah.
it's been in my bones for a while. So that seems to be something. And I get to talk about my new godson and nephew, who's now 4 months old, Patrick. And I talked about this Christmas, every concert, how, I think about my godson, Patrick, who truly was and is a miracle baby. And so when I think about him being in this world and being so loving and have beautiful parents and my sister and brother-in-law, I think of him as the greatest wish. And so I get to envelop that in his sentiment when I sing the song, which makes it, of course, that much more special to me.
Oh, that's so beautiful, and he's a beautiful baby. You have shared the pictures with him many times on social media. By the way, everybody, guys, if you want to connect to Anthony, of course, you can go on his page, anthonynunziata.com. But of course, he's also in all the social platform from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can listen to his music on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. And please do so because you're gonna love all the songs too. So you've been one of the lucky one, Anthony, that this Christmas have been able to do a little tour. So where have you been? Are you done with it? What is next for you?
Yeah, I just got back yesterday, and
Oh,
it was great. I had 11 concerts in 16 days. It started in Carmel, Indiana, went to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Florida, Texas. I mean, I was all over, and very grateful that these venues, kept everyone safe, and I felt, staying healthy. And but I do feel, yes, I do feel blessed that I got to spread some holiday cheer and good times with people live in person. And God willing, I look forward to doing that starting up in at the end of January. My 2022 schedule is going to be supporting my Love album,
oh,
which is a mix of both classics and original songs. It came out just before the pandemic, so now's the first time, though, that I get to really go on tour with it.
oh, that's wonderful. So people can find all the dates and information on your website, right? On the anthonynunziata.com.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be in California, New York, Indiana, Florida, yeah, all over in February.
Perfect. So they ask me all the time this question, so I have to ask you too, because every time also, I mean, they ask you this question like, what is your? I mean, we all have crazy. At least I have crazy dreams. I'm sure you have some yourself. So, what is the thing that will make you say when one day in 20, 30 years I have accomplished my biggest dream? What is your biggest dream? What do you wanna be remembered for, Anthony?
Wow, that's a great question. Um, wow, I didn't
It's
think if I
difficult,
have
right? I
anything.
know they ask me all the time, and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I think, well, when one thinks about their legacy,
Yeah,
I think for me is I just want to make sure that people think of me as someone who bestowed kindness and love, and that brings people together, and that how music is such a healing thing. And perhaps, some of my original music will be able to has touched them and people in some way. And again, can make people feel like they're not alone. Music is so special in that way,
yeah.
Giada. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether they're listening on their own or in concert, music has that special ability to make people feel connected and a part of something greater than ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you could have been my twin because every time I answered, I want to be remembered as a kind-spirited woman that was trying to share kindness, and it's funny because you didn't start right away. You want to be remembered like for your music. You started. You want to be remembered as a kind spirit, which is always my answer to say I can be your twin.
Well, Giada, I know that, look, people want to know, like, when Giada and I are in person, it's a connection that is undeniable, and is that, I mean, many people here who know you, Giada, I just have to say, you are such a giving and loving spirit, and not only are that, but you get to give that with your amazing talent as a singer and songwriter. So I just want to let people
So
know that
so are
Giada
you.
is amazing and the real deal, and I feel very blessed to be her friend.
Me too. And it's funny because so we were both, let's say I was in New York for 11 years and you were there for the longest time. And it's funny because when we reconnected in October, the Columbus Day Parade, you moved to Nashville, I moved to Las Vegas, and when we were talking, me and you, we came up that we connected more and we had a closer connections now that we are living outside New York City. So what made you move? I mean, me, I moved from New York City to LA and the West Coast because I was missing the sun, the weather, and all my music connections were there. What made you leave New York City and go to Nashville?
Yeah, it was just time for me to explore a new city and a new environment. And of course, Nashville is such a burgeoning community and has been for a while, but a community of creating music of all different genres. And I've been welcomed with such open arms here that is I couldn't even expect. And the people here again are so friendly, down to earth,
Yeah.
and it fits my spirit really well. I mean, New York City and New York is and will always remain my hometown and my home in my heart. And
Yeah.
but at the same time, I found a new home truly in Nashville, and I love it here. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny because one of the city when I wanted to move out of New York City after 11 years. One of them was Nashville because I love country music and I'm a songwriter and everybody will say, oh, you have to go to Nashville. And then by coincidence I ended up in Vegas and I love it there. And by the way, Anthony, I'm looking forward to have you come to Las Vegas. People will love you over there. There are a few things that you have to come and sing and perform and do. The composer showcase is one of them, of course. Or Keith Thompson, I know sometimes he's watching. You will love it from the Smith Center and some other things. So I have to ask you something about Italian things. People watching are Italian fanatics. So, and I love to cook, and they call me sometimes a chef. Which I mean, my mom is just looking at me like you. I said, yeah, me. But do you love to cook?
I'm so sorry to break it to people, but I am not a great. I mean, I'm good at following. I wish I could, tell you otherwise. I wish I
Yeah.
could, but I can't. I follow instructions really well,
Very
and
good.
so look, my big goal in 2022, and I spoke to you about this, Giada, that I'm focused on two things: becoming a better cook and learning to speak the Italian language. Of course, being classically trained, all the songs I sing. So don't worry, all the Italian people. I know what I'm singing. I've worked very hard on my dialect when I sing. With that said, though, I'm working on all that. But on cooking, I make. Look, I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit. I can
Okay.
make a pretty good chicken parmigiana,
Okay. Pollo alla
but
parmigiana. Okay.
that's all I got.
I was
And this
waiting
is a
for the
good time to
second
like move
one.
on to the next segment. I don't know, post another photo of my CD, but that's all I got.
Well, Anthony, this is the deal. So you can go back a year and a half of Giada Live. I told everybody many, many recipe. And the secret of my recipe is one that was the one of my grandmother. So it's not my own secret. One was that you have to start by buying the best ingredients possible, which means normally they are the good brands, the one that cost a little bit more, let's say. And a good recipe doesn't never have more than 4 ingredients because that's the secret of Italian food. It's very simple,
Yes.
and 4 ingredients does not include oil, salt, and pepper, that kind of thing. So not more than 4 ingredients, and just as you said, you can read the instructions. So I think you're going to be in good hands. You have a year and a half of Giada Live. Go and pick up a recipe, make it, take a picture, and share it with me so I can share it here on the programs with everybody. So
I
and
love a good challenge. I'm done. I'm ready. Who wants
Okay,
to join
perfect.
me on
And
the
when you are
Giada?
in Vegas, we're going to do one episode of Jala Live from the kitchen. We're going to be cooking together. Actually, there are many singers in Vegas, Clint Holmes and Frankie Shinta, even Daniel Emmett. They always say, we have to cook together from your kitchen. So one of these days, I'm going to do some cooking segment with other, we're going to call it Cooking with the Stars. So you guys are all stars. You're going to be cooking with me, and you see how, but it's very easy. And have you ever been to Italy? I mean, since you're or of Italian heritage, I think you said you went to the place where your grandparents were from, right?
Yeah, visited the Amalfi Coast. Yeah, I had a concert down there, for a private concert. I've been to Rome a bunch of times. I've been to Florence. I've yet to actually visit where my great grandparents came from in Naples and Torre Annunziata. So that's one day. Look, there is something very magical about the country. Well, Giada. I look forward to visiting Venice sometime. Would love to see you and JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once traveling becomes a little bit easier again, there's something just magical about Italy and the people. And especially, again, I got to learn to speak the language better. But as long as maybe I start with just singing,
See.
because I know that.
Exactly. I heard you sent me a video I couldn't share where you were singing O Sole Mio, which is a Neapolitan song from where you're from Naples. So And and you said you understand what you sing, so just speak with the words of the song. Oh, smannato sole, stuff like that, like you
Oh
know
my
what
gosh,
you're
so
talking about.
Giada, after concerts, when God bless these, the nonas, they come up,
Sì.
hola, buongiorno, and they're looking up to me because, all of them are 4'10". My grandma was very little, and she's going up to me. All I do is I go, che bella cosa, nato sole, nadia. I speak the lyrics to the songs, and they're thinking they're getting serenaded, and they get a CD, which is nice. I can, pay for my airfare home. We're all good.
Listen, you are such a good artist and a singer that I think for you learning Italian will be an easy. And you always have a teacher here for free when you need some dictionary. But I mean, I
Grazie.
trust that you can learn Italian easily.
Oh, grazie.
So I teach you to say something. I don't know. Can you say something, by the way, in Italian besides "Che bella cosa una giornata di sole"? I mean, can you say like something to the people watching in Italian? Like, can you say "Mi chiamo Antonio Nunziata"?
Mi chiamo Antonio Giuseppe Nunziata
Ma bravissimo! E sono un gemello.
e sono un gemello.
Bravo. You know, it means you just said, and I'm a twin.
This is
You are.
it too, right?
Yeah, a twin. Yeah, un gemello. So I mean, you see, you are so easy to. You're a good student. So Anthony, the time ran out. It went every time it goes so fast. So, but I just want to say that I love you. You are an amazing human being, amazing artist. I'm sure people is. I see at the pin of people leaving comments. So go later on the page also of Italian Living in case they have a question for you. I tag you so you can answer to them.
Oh yeah,
And
of course.
yeah, and what can I say? Well, first of all, we have some planning to do some stuff together, me and you. So we will be doing soon after the holidays something together. I just want to say, stay safe, keep beautiful, handsome. Because can you say to a man beautiful in English? Handsome, right? A man cannot be beautiful.
That's that's okay. I appreciate it.
In italiano è facilissimo. Resta bellissimo. I mean, you can
I
say.
thank my mother for those genes.
Very
Yes.
good. Yeah, and I just want to say it was a pleasure to have you at the show. Sorry I cannot see you, so I'm talking to a camera, but I'm going to be watching the video myself, so I know exactly what you were looking like, but you always look spectacular. So thank you. And we do sign language. And this is the sign for I love you, which means I love you, and I really do love you. And this is the sign for let's stay connected. So if you can raise the hand with connected. Anthony, keep handsome and keep writing those beautiful songs. And people, please make sure that you can follow on all the social media, anthonynunziata.com, and that link will take you to all the other page where you can stay connected with Anthony and go and see him in concert when January comes. And Buon Natale, Merry Christmas to you, and Happy New Year, Anthony, and thank you for being here at Giada Live. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Buon Natale.
Buon Natale a te, caro amico. A presto, ciao, un bacio.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, a presto. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Anthony Nunziata. Well, I told you it was a very special guest. I interviewed many people, but of course, I really love when these people are also real close friends of mine. And Anthony is absolutely a lovely gentleman and talented, as you can see. Jeje was somebody writing question or something that we need to answer right away, urgentissimo. Or not. Where people were they from? Did we have people from?
We had people from Italy, Germany, Belgium, a lot of the United States, from Springfield, Vermont, Canada,
right.
Montreal.
So we had the whole globe with
New
us.
Jersey, of course, Janet was there.
Of course, Janet Sessa, our Jersey. Well, Janet, you are in New Jersey, so when Anthony Nunziata is performing in New York City or New Jersey, I'm sure he comes to New Jersey as well. You can go and see him and introduce yourself like a member of the Circle of Love. You're gonna love him. So today's episode was the interview with Anthony Nunziata. I was so excited. We've been trying to arrange this interview for the longest time, but either he was busy or I was busy, and finally tonight. I keep saying today, but actually for me here in Venice, Italy is tonight. What can I say? I'm gonna be live again this Sunday for the Love Song Sunday at the same time, so it's gonna be 9 p.m. for me here in Venice, Italy, alle 9 di sera per me qui da Venezia questa domenica, and for you guys of course the same time of today. And what can I say, it's cold here in Italy, but we hope that it's gonna be sunny for Christmas. I'm gonna wish you a Merry Christmas. And actually Diane told me the sign, so this is the American Sign Language for Merry Christmas. And after Christmas we are gonna have a new year 2022. Hopefully it's gonna be a great year. Remember, we still have COVID, but it's going to be 1 year less, because every day is 1 day less of this pandemic. And this is the sign for Happy New Year. So happy new. And this is the sign for year. And Diana will explain to me. So happy, we know. And new is like you're rasping on the ground for some new seeds. This is the sign for new, and this is here because it's the sun going around the world, so the month going around the world and then stopping in there. So it's gonna be a fantastic 2022. Vi lascio con un bacio e un abbraccio. Like always, I leave you with a hug and a kiss, and I'm gonna see you Sunday, same time. It's gonna be Santo Stefano, actually, Boxing Day for you guys over there. And I'll see you Sunday, same time. Thank you to my guest, Anthony Nunziata. Thank you to all of you for being with me. Jaja for putting the pictures. Hopefully you're at the good place. I still cannot see you. Hopefully next year I'm gonna have a monitor. So raise your hands with I love you, and let's stay connected. A domenica. See you Sunday. Bye.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, 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 dear old